Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my Game of Thrones Legends mobile game content. So today, folks, I want to talk to you about a new character that has been kind of stealth dropped into the game. A lot of people have been posting about this and talking about it, and it appears that with the addition of the Rooks Rest event content on some people's accounts. Now, please understand what I'm saying with that. It's some people only. It's not everyone. A lot of times when I make videos, excuse me, when I make videos on situations like this where there is content on some people's accounts and not all, people invariably get confused and say, well, I don't have that. Why do I not have that? It is because the developers of the game decide to use a practice where they release content to some people to test it and not all before they release it to the full gaming community. While I do not particularly like that practice, it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. But with the addition of the Rooks Rest gameplay, we now have a new character. And I need to give shout outs to some people on my Discord for posting this material for me so I can see it, because I do not have that content. So I cannot go into my game and show it to you. This is the only way I can really show it to you. Foamy Beers was one that posted this on my Discord, so I appreciate him. And he also gave credit to a guy named Killmonger in game, is the one that kind of brought this forward. And then I also have other people on my Discord like Mickey and Chippersey and a lot of them that have been posting the Rooks Rest content and stuff like that for us to all see, and we really appreciate you guys. So thank you. But let's look at the new hero now. Now, as we bring up the image of the hero, it's kind of difficult to tell exactly what class he is because his sword kind of hides it, but it is a protector. We can tell that for sure. His sword's kind of in the way, but you can see the outline of the protector shield, and it's very hard on this image to actually see what the subclass is on this, but I think that that's a little bit of a crown sitting there on top, so I'm going to say that I think that this is the Highborn. I'm not 100% sure on that though, because like I said, the image is a little grainy and it's hard to really see. You can see how hard it is to kind of decipher that right there, but I think it's the Highborn, like Ned, but I am not sure. And honestly, I do not really understand why he would be considered the Highborn either, really. I mean, Criston Cole came from meager background, not royal houses, I don't think, so I don't really understand why he would be considered a Highborn, but anyway, it is what it is. He is a red, so that's going to be very good for the green team because he is a faction of the green team, so that's going to be very good for them because they kind of needed a good red to go with the one that they already have. And I can't really show you the base stats because this image is from a level 50, so it's kind of hard to get a good read on what he is as a base, but you know, that's pretty decent stats going forward right now. Let's look at the next image so we can talk about his skills. For the True King is his skill. It's a stamina speed very slow, and it adds a buff and it does damage. So for each birthright he has, Criston gains a plus 5% defense buff for 5 turns. He then strikes a single enemy for 175% defense physical damage. So his attack is based off his defense, 175%. So that's a pretty decently powerful attack. And the fact that he has the ability to get a defense buff for 5 turns based on how much birthright he has makes this skill pretty good from where it is right now. Right now, it's at a level it's at a 2-star rank, I think, is where it's at right now. And the next upgrade that we see, it could be a 1-star or a 2-star. Okay, so on the image it shows that he's a 1-star. So that's what it is. It's at the 1-star level. The level 2 upgrade at rank 3 stars gives +2 to defense physical damage, so that would make that a +7% defense buff for 5 turns. All in all, that's a pretty powerful skill, really. I mean, it does damage and it does defense, and it's based on birthright, which we have seen from the green team now with the addition of the new characters and the new skills and abilities, that they can generate quite a bit of birthright. So that could be massive. Well, yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at right there. That's actually a pretty good looking skill. It is slow, but like I say, I don't think that's too big of a hindrance, because the buff you're going to get off of that skill is pretty massive. So I don't think it being slow is too big of a hindrance, honestly. Now, when we look at his leadership ability, he has the ability to be a leader, and anytime CRISTON is struck by an enemy skill, so anytime CRISTON is struck by an enemy skill, sorry, I had to read that correctly so it makes sense here. If he is the team leader, he has a 75% chance to grant a random ally +1 birthright, and he gets +5 hit points. So I don't know if that's +5% or how that's supposed to read on the hit points. That's a little not worded correctly, I don't think. But the fact that he is now a generator also, he's a damage dealer, he's a buffer, and now he's a generator. So he's basically doing everything. He's giving everybody birthright, he's doing damage, he's giving defense buffs. When he does do damage, he can choose where he wants to put it, so it's not a random. That's pretty strong. And then at this level 5-star level of this skill, when you rank it up, it has a chance to grant birthright increase to 100%. Okay, so when he's generating birthright, he only has a 75% chance at the 1 through 4-star level. But when he goes to 5 stars, he changes that to 100%. So it's going to happen every time he's struck with a skill. He's going to give a random ally. And based on what we've seen of the green team with their, giving their skills to their quote allies, it seems like a lot of these skills apply to people that aren't even on the green team. So that could possibly mean everyone in your party has the chance to receive that. Now, what that does to the characters that are not on the green team and they get a birthright, I really can't answer you how that applies, because I don't know if that gives them the abilities or if it just kind of moots it out because they're not green team. I'm not really sure, but that sounds pretty strong. And based on who you would have in your party depends on whether or not he would be the leader, because if you had some kind of a makeup that had Rhaenyra in your party, it would be really difficult to take the leadership ability away from her, because her leadership ability is just amazing. But if you were focused on a green team and you were trying to generate birthright and trying to do damage and trying to do buffs and trying to do everything, this may be a seriously good choice for a leadership ability. So this will be interesting to see in comparison with the other green team members and their leadership abilities, which one ends up being the one that everybody pretty much gravitates to. But this could possibly be a good choice, because that's not a bad deal, because he's going to get hit by enemy skills a lot, more than likely. He's going to get hit a lot. And here's one thing that also ties into that. His next ability, I Send You to Glory. He taunts. So now that also means that he's going to get hit even more. Because when you taunt, you know that those characters force you to have to attack them. So when they attack with gem damage, I don't think that happens. But when they attack with a skill and they have to hit CRISTON, then boom, his birthright generation goes off. And then possibly applying +5 hit points to percentage of hit points to all the other members as well. I don't know. It doesn't really specify if this applies to him or if this applies to the person he's granting the random birthright to. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And then at the higher level of the skill, it's a +5 to attack also. So yeah, that becomes hit points and attack as well. On this skill, I send you to glory. CRISTON begins combat with +8 birthright and 75% stamina. Anytime an enemy is defeated, CRISTON taunts the enemy team for 4 turns. Wow, oh my God. This is insane. This is insane. Anytime an enemy is defeated? Wow. I'm about to quit this game because I don't have any green team members, and this is just getting completely out of control. This addition of these green team skills and abilities is just so far over the top. This is total proof to me that the developers of this game do not play their own game, because how in the world can you allow this with all the other stuff that's going on with all these new people as well? The green team is completely out of control. This is worse than Free Cities ever thought about being. 75% stamina starts with, just because. And then any time an enemy is defeated, which could happen up to 5 times because there's 5 enemies to fight, taunts the enemy for 4 turns, which then causes him to generate birthright and the buff every time he's hit with a skill. Wow. Okay. How do you not have this guy? I don't know. That's what I'm saying at this point. How do you not have this guy? So this is going to be a character that if you have the green team, you are more than likely going to go after. Do not know what to tell you as far as when the summons will be available, but I think this one actually came available in a deal to purchase or whatever because of the Rooks Rest content for this person and whoever else has seen it. So you have the ability to, get this guy now if you have that content. Oh, let me zoom in on this. Oh, there we go. I can actually see his ability a little bit better over here. Oh, but that's misleading because that could not be the right item in slot. Yeah, so never mind. Forget I said that, because it looks like this person's got multiple different protector subclasses in there just to have something slotted in there. So yeah. But anyway, as a green team player, how do you not have this guy? I don't know. I can't tell you how you couldn't not fit him into your party. He's a red. He's a protector. He has insane abilities. He generates, he does damage, he buffs. What more could you ask? He does pretty much everything. So he's pretty much does everything. So what else do you need? He generates stamina for himself. I mean, why don't he just make grilled cheeses and bring me beer too? I mean, I don't know. I honestly believe that green team is ripe for some adjustment at this point. If green team doesn't get adjustment pretty quick after the release of this content to everyone, I'm just going to quit the game. I just don't know what to say because I do not have the money to buy any more people right now. I've spent way too much money on this game, and this power creep is just out of control. Developers, please play your game more and start to test this content more before you release this stuff, because you are imbalancing the game so bad that people are just not, they're just going to quit. That's just all there is to it. But anyway, thanks for listening to me rant on about this amazing green team, people. I know it probably gets long in the tooth a little bit sometimes because it feels like all I'm doing is griping here lately. But I mean, you got to see. You got to see. If you're a player of this game, you've got to understand where I'm coming from on this. It's just ridiculous. Power creep is just insane. So check the link for my Discord in my description of all my videos. We would love to have you join us, and you can do things like interact with us on stuff like this. We always know ahead of time about new content before anybody else, pretty much, because me and my partner, we do a lot of detective work, and we find out a lot of stuff before anyone else in the community knows it. So if you want to be a member of my Discord and know this kind of stuff ahead of time, then we're welcoming, and we would love to have you. So thank you for watching my content today, and I really appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you can find a way to get around this power creep in Game of Thrones Legends. Yeah. See ya.